note. Next Friday when we play our tournament, he wants us to look good. We're going to be on his Facebook page. So
last night was.
Well, I don't really have a Facebook page, but they have what's called Prescott School. And all the people that play out here at Barefoot Bob are on that. So it's kind of a neat thing. Everybody knows what's going on in the pool.
I'd like to get some of these websites from you. Maybe I'm going to hand out the last one.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a pen with me. I'll just write it down right now. But I want the one for the rules and regulations.
Okay. In fact, I'll do that today. I'm going to write it on my card so you have all the information.
Great.
Oh, so you did.
Okay, we're in class number 5. We have one more next week. Today, what I'd like to do is I really want to open it up for you all to ask whatever you always wanted to ask about pool, but we're afraid to ask. Okay? and I do have a couple of things that I want to go over. I want to go over the break.
Yes.
I want to talk a little bit about combinations. And I also want to talk about what we do when we have a ball hanging in the pocket, which is a common occurrence in a-ball. Okay? But before we get into all that, let's talk about next week. Next week we're going to have a chip tournament, and it's very simple the way that runs. Everybody will get 5 or 6 poker chips, and you win a game, your opponent gives you a chip. If you lose a game, you give that person a chip. And if you keep playing until everybody plays each other, or there's only one person left with chips. And we'll kind of go with that either way, whatever works out best. But instead of using all 15 balls, we're going to use 9 balls, which will make the games go a little bit faster. So we'll have 4 solids, 4 stripes, and the 8 ball. So you'll like it a lot better because it. Pardon?
So it's not 9 ball.
No, it's not 9 ball. In other words, everything will be exactly like 8 ball, except you'll be using 9 balls. All right, I saw Jan's hand go up. She's got the first question.
Okay, I was trying to shoot shots down the line for rail. And every time I would hit it, probably because I'm still not on the tangent line, the ball would direct my object ball either into the bunker or away from the bunker.
Okay.
So
now when you say on you mean on the rail or a little bit off?
A little bit off.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, the one thing that I can tell you about that, to always remember is remember that little stick with the red line on it? That's really important on these shots that are close to the rail. Now, most people miss this shot because they hit the ball too thick and the 12 ball hits the rail first, and then it won't go in, ever. So you want to favor the outer jaw, the middle of the outer jaw. Now, so if I have a shot like this, where I have the 12 ball in the corner pocket, I'll actually, get behind the 12 and I'll see this as the point where I want the 12 to go. Most people aim back here in the back of the pocket, they end up hitting the rail first. But let me just kind of demonstrate. So you want to favor this side of the pocket. That's the professional side. This is the amateur side of the pocket. So on these kind of shots, you want to overcut them just slightly. And what I try to do on that shot is not to hit the rail. Because if it contacts the rail at all, it's going to do this and wobble and not go in. Okay? So that's a real important, good question.
You can do it all the way down the line from...
All the way down, you mean a shot like this?
Shot all the way down the line. I could make it, but only if I used the stop shot.
Yeah.
It's like if I did a full follow through with it, like a slow rolling shot with a forward shot, I was always hitting it off the bumper.
Okay.
To the right.
And again, hitting it off the bumper from this distance will never go in, ever. Okay, because it'll come off the rail, too far. But Jan's putting a lot of pressure on me to make this shot. This is a hard shot for anybody because literally you have like 6.5 feet to the pocket. But again, the same exact principle holds true. To take the stick with the red line in the middle. This is where I'm aiming, right here, this part of the pocket. So when I shoot this shot, I'll get behind the 9, and I'll see the center of the outer jaw. And I'll try to make this jam without hitting the rail. That'll be my goal.
I'll call you back.
And again, a lot of it has to do with warm-up strokes. I did okay. I didn't touch the rail. Again, you notice I didn't hit that hard. If you hit it too hard, that makes the pocket shrink up and real tight, and it won't go in here as much when you hit it hard. Because if it hits, it'll just wobble and bounce out. So we call that pocket speed. And for those of you that play in league, that's really important. Really important. Okay. All right. Who else would like to ask a question today? Anything. It doesn't matter. I know Christy's got one because she talked about her league night last night.
Well, I don't know that it's anything that I don't know. I think it's just my execution. But I couldn't make a straight-on shot to save my life last night.
All right.
I don't.
Now again, there was something else involved too, right? It was they were long.
Yeah, they were
shots.
long. They were long from the cue ball to the deck ball.
All right. Well, let's go over that. You know, that's something that everybody has trouble with. You know, even accomplished players like me that have been playing 50 years. When I have a long shot like this, straight in, that's a lot of pressure, isn't it? To make a shot like this. And because, not only because you have 5 feet from the cue ball to the 5 ball, but you've got another 2.5 feet in the pocket. So you really have to be precise. And on a shot like this, you know, I guess the things you got to remember is you've got to really stay still on these shots and stay with it. And by that I mean, if you move your body at all when you're stroking as you go through, it's going to throw it off just a little bit. Okay? So when I have a shot like this, the main thing I concentrate on is find my aim point, going the line all the way back. I'll lay my cue right on that line. Swing down on the shot, take some nice warm-up strokes. But the main thing that I'm thinking about here is I want to stay completely still all the way through the shot.
Beautiful. So
And I did move a little bit there because I was anxious I might miss it. So it doesn't matter how many years you play or how good you get, there's always that voice in the back of your head that's going to be an obstacle, okay? Good to see you. How are you doing?
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions?
Maybe what would be good to practice?
Oh, what would be good to practice? Okay. You know that shot I just shot? That's maybe a little too challenging. So what I would do, you know, for a lot of you, is set up shots like I did earlier in the class, you know, about this distance from the pocket, but make sure they're straight in.
Yeah.
Because you got to master the straight in shot before you can master the cuts. And by practicing a straight in shot, I'll often lay those little reinforcers, or another way you can do this is take a piece of chalk like this and just mark the table. But make sure it's straight in like that. That way you can replace it each time. And what your goal is going to be is to make 5 in a row from this distance. And you want to, while you're shooting the ball, you want to get feedback. You know, are you staying still? Is your stroke straight through? Which side of the pocket, if you miss, does it miss on? In other words, you want to adjust each time. Like what I'm going to try to do, and have an idea or an objective in mind each time. Like what I want to do on this first shot is make the cue ball stop. So I'm going to do all my pre-shot routine, swing down, get some nice warm-up strokes. Get it all lasered in. And my objective there was to make the cue ball stop, so I hit it below center. That's real important. Every shot, you need to have a clear idea of what you want to make happen. The clearer your idea in your head about what you're visualizing, the more likely it's going to happen, because your body will do what's necessary to make that happen. The mental part of the pool is real important.
Yeah, and you can't get your head clear from all the stupidity going around.
And
Screwed.
Christy makes a real good point. In league, there's a lot of drama going on.
Oh my God.
Why?
You had
Oh,
no
because-
idea.
Oh my God.
Well, for every reason imaginable, man, there's drama going on because people get competitive. They might try to distract you. There's loud music going on. There's people walking in front of you. You know, you have to rise above the drama and just, which is easier
That's
said.
hard to do sometimes.
Especially when it's your own team that's causing it.
Exactly.
But Christy's not going to mention any names. All right, good question. But anyway, just work on that. Make 5 in a row. That'll be your goal. Yeah. Catherine, what's your question for the day?
I'm thinking.
All right.
I'm going to make it a good one.
All right. All right, we'll pass to Terry then.
No, I'm sorry, not thinking.
All right. Jan, do you have another one?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Could you repeat the L exercise?
Okay, really good.
And if you could do both of them where you pick them off one at a time, but then also
Yeah.
come back and use different angles to set up the next shot.
You know, this is a really good one because I've been using this in my classes for about 18 years. And I shoot this on a daily basis. I use more balls, but it's a really good way to learn how to control the light bulb. Not only that, you can practice pocketing the balls as well. But with 3 balls, we pretty much start with this diamond and this diamond and put the 2 where they intersect like that. And the other 2 like that. Now the idea of this drill is that we'll start out ball in hand after each shot. This is a really effective drill. First of all, I'm envisioning the cue ball going in the pocket and the cue ball stopping dead right there. Let's practice the stop shot.
Yeah, it's a pretty good distance.
Stay down to your ball. Now, the second part of the drill is you get ball in hand, and now you're going to make 2 cut shots. Okay? I'm going to shoot the 4 and the 1. And remember that coffee stir with the red line. When I'm cutting the 1 over here, look what part of the pocket is going in. But then when I cut the 4 from this angle, look at the part of the pocket it's going in. So be aware of where the center. You got that? Okay. Now on the 1 ball we'll start out with. So I'm going to need to aim for this point. So my contact point is here, my aim point is out here. So I need to overcut it just a little bit. And then the same thing for the 4 ball. And I want you to stay with us so you can make all 3 balls. Okay, after you got that down, the second part of the drill is to make them around the horn. All right? So we'll set up ball in hand on the 6, and I want to get position on the 11, and then I want to get position on the 13 to make that. So on the first shot, I'm going to try to keep the cue ball on this side. So I have a good angle so I can make the 11 and then the 13.
Where did you hit the cue ball?
I had set it in an angle so in the center so it would just drift out behind
Where
the.
did you hit?
Oh,
In the middle, top, low.
just the middle. Just the middle. I just hit a rolling ball, nice and easy, in the middle. Morning. And now I want to, actually I need to use a little bit of backspin on this one to draw the 11 ball back so I can make the 13. See, if I stop it right there, I'm going to be too close for the 13 ball. So this shot, I need to hit a little below center and stroke through it a little bit. And this is a fun drill. I mean, and then, you know, after a while, as your skills improve, you can try putting 5 balls out there and then doing the same thing with ball in hand and then going around the horn. But Jan, there's a third thing you can do as well. And this is in your handout from last week. Now, we're going to make it even harder. Now you get ball in hand and you can make it like 9 balls. In other words, I have to make the 3. Well, let me make it harder. You got to make the 3, then the 5, and the 7. You have to make them in rotation. So the first one, I'm going to set at an angle like here because I want to get the position on the 5. Just a nice, clear rolling ball. Yeah. And I want to give a little angle here. I should be all right. Now, if I hit a stop shot, it'll go into the rail and bounce out to the center. In other words, practice making the 3 balls in rotation. And you kind of get the idea. It's a lot of fun because when you can do that over and over again, you know, you're learning how to control the cue ball and also pocketing balls that you need to. All right? And again, like I said in the last week's handout, it covers, you know, the different possibilities. All right, back to Gail.
I was just going to ask, and I think you covered it. You said you added more balls. You get up to 5.
Okay, you can go all the way up to 10 if you wanted to, but as you add more balls, you have to move away from the pocket. Now this is much, much, much harder. And again, you can do it all 3 ways. You take ball in hand each time, and you notice the shots are a lot harder now. And then eventually I can go around the horn. I can go 2, 4, 7, 14, 1. Then the hardest one would be actually making all 5 in rotation. You know, each one is going to require more precise control. That's a little advanced for a beginning class. But with the 3 balls, that should be something that everybody can do and work on. Yeah, the L drill is really valuable. And, you know, just to give you an idea how it can go, this is the way I shoot it at my house when I practice. What I do is I start with the 8 ball, then the 10, 1, and I make them around the horn like that. And that really is a big challenge. Okay. I guess we're back to Chris.
Oh, I think that's
That's all right.
if I could get us to 3, that would be amazing.
Anything else, Christy? I see Catherine's got a good one. Okay.
Go for it, girl.
All right.
You're sitting right there.
All right.
You can't hit it on this side or just
Right.
how do you hit it on this side?
Okay. Now this is a good question because there are certain angles where you cannot make it back there. If the cue ball was anywhere on this side all the way to here, if you tried to bank it back here, you would double kiss it. In other words, the 14 would sink into the rail and hit the cue ball. The only location that this is makeable is when the cue ball is way over on this side. That way I can cut the 14 and make it in the side proper. So literally there's almost very few cue ball positions where this is makeable. What I want you to notice on this shot is watch how thin I hit the 14. because it's going to sink into the rail, I have to cut it real thin and make it come straight back to the side pocket. Watch how thin I get.
Ooh-wee.
And I still missed it. That's a really, really, really hard shot.
I get stuck with that a lot.
Oh, you get stuck with
I
that?
get stuck with that putter a lot.
You know, Catherine, it might be better to play safety if you have a shot like that.
They do it when I don't have anything left.
Oh, I see. This
No
is
safe left.
I might have two balls and one's there, one's
Yeah.
there, or one's behind the 8 ball or somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Oh, that's okay.
The scary part of this shot is that it double kisses because it's not the rail. But I think from this angle, like it's actually makeable. Let me give one more try.
Oh, you're still working?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
See, that's the only angle that shot can be made. That's a good question. I think if I was in the league and I had that shot, I would play a safety of some kind. I would try to put my ball near a pocket somewhere for next time and maybe leave my opponent poorly.
Well, that's what they do to me.
What?
I got pretty decent at leading.
Oh, okay. All right. All
Because
right.
I miss everything anyway.
Terry, you look like you have something.
No.
No?
I'm really, the thing that's giving me the most difficulty, I know with all the practice we've had, I can work on the shots. And in time, they're going to progress.
Yeah.
But the break gives me a lot of trouble.
Okay, good. Let's do that.
You know, I just sometimes I can do it well, and other times it's just a nightmare.
Okay, just in review, the 8 ball has to be in the middle, and on the wings you need a stripe or a solid on each side. It has to be different.
No, that's league. That's a straight 8, right?
No, actually, those are international rules now. They play
Okay.
that everywhere, even in tournaments.
Okay. Yeah, because a
But
lot of
there are
people, we're going to play
certain
straight 8.
bars that play really.
Bar rules are different.
Yeah, bar rules are totally different.
Bar rules are different.
Yeah. But you know, a lot of people separate the stripes and solids. That's really not necessary. All you need is a stripe and a solid on the wings, and it can be either way. And again, when you rack the balls, notice how I'm turning the balls forward like this to make sure, because the break is only as good as the rack. If you don't rack the balls tight, you're not going to break very well. And that's why they say rack your own in league and tournaments. That way, when you break the balls, you can't blame your opponent for a bad rack.
Yeah.
That's still not racking very well. Let's see if I can make that better. Sometimes you have to move the balls around a little bit. Okay, that looks pretty good.
Do it in slow motion, please, if you can. Can you do that?
Slow motion?
Slow motion, like it's like a walkthrough.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Break
Oh,
it down
boy.
into steps.
All right, on the break and 8 ball, there's two approaches. One is you can move the ball all the way to one side or the other, and what you do is hit the second ball as solid as you can. A lot of people in league and tournaments use that break because it, a lot of people believe you can make the ball a little easier that way. And it doesn't spread everything out so much so your opponent has an easy time. A lot of people simply choose to hit the 2 ball or the head ball as solid as they can. And that's probably, you know, the preferred technique.
Because?
Well, because when you hit the head ball as solid as you can, you're going to get the best spread and maybe a good chance of making a ball.
Kind of like bowling. You hit it head on, you're not going to make them. Hit them to the side, there they go.
And a lot of people will do this. Instead of hitting it directly in the center, they set it a little off angle to one side or the other. Because really the worst thing that can happen on the break is you hit the ball off center and scratch into the corner or the side pocket. That's the worst, because then your opponent gets the ball in hand anywhere on the table.
And let's go back into the real ones. What if you drop the 8-ball in on the scratch? You lose the game in the break?
Well, it used to be like that, but not anymore. In fact, I think I've only seen that happen once or twice in like 30 years.
Okay.
No, but they don't want you to lose on the opening shot. Okay. Yeah, you just spot it. Yeah. But I'm going to set it just a little bit to the right.
They count it as a loss and lead.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah. I would have brought that.
Well, you've actually seen it happen?
Yeah.
Who does that? He makes the 8-ball and scratches.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, it's not a loss. When you make the 8-ball, it simply spots.
Okay.
And you keep shooting.
On the break?
Yes. And lead.
Okay.
What do you mean spot?
Okay, if I, let's say, that I'm breaking, hitting the second ball. The 8-ball will often go in the side pocket because the ball's kicked around and knocked over. If that happens, it's no longer a win. It's simply spotting the 8-ball in the spot and continuing to shoot. But you have an option. If you don't like the way the balls are set, you can actually re-break.
I don't know. Yeah.
But right now, I'm not worried about making the 8 because, again, making the 8 on the break, is not a win anymore. You simply spot it. But as far as the break goes, stable foundation is really important. And you want to hit the 2-ball as solid as you can. So I'm going to spend a little time lining it up. I see that I want to hit a direct line on the 2. I'll get my body and everything in perfect position, swing down. Now, Jan, you'll notice that I have a break cue in my hand. When you break the ball, it's often a good thing to use a break cue because you're hitting it a lot harder than you're normally hitting shots. A break cue is something that has a harder tip and maybe could be slightly heavier. Yes. In fact, that's my playing cue. Yeah. Right. And this has a phenolic tip, which is as hard as a rock. And that way I'll get more reaction with the ball. But you'll notice when I'm setting up on a shot to break, my bridge is a little longer because I'm taking a longer stroke. And I'm also going to get more follow through. And you notice I'm hitting dead center on the cue ball. And I'll do a little bit run through in slow motion.
What do you mean your break is a little longer?
My bridge is a little longer, which means my hand is a little further away from the cue ball, which allows me to get more follow through as well. In other words, a longer backstroke and a longer follow through to create power. A lot of people, you'll notice, will jump their bodies all over the place when they break. That's not a good idea because you need to hit the cue ball as solid as you can. So in the beginning, you just want to make as solid contact on the head ball as you can. And let me do a run through to start with. Act like I'm in here. Notice how far the cue's going through. I'm letting it release all the way through.
The 12 inches.
And that will create more power when I hit the balls. All right, this time we'll actually hit the 2-ball. And you'll notice I'll be hitting the cue ball dead center. You don't want to use English high, low, left, or right. You want to keep it in the middle. That way when it hits the 2-ball, it'll kind of stop somewhere in the center of the table. If you use English, your chances of scratching are real good in the corner or the side pockets. Give it a nice chalk. See my line? Swing down, take my nice warm-up strokes. Hitting the ball dead center. And I'm really happy with the break because you notice it came off to the left a little bit, but it stayed pretty much in the center of the table, which is a good thing. And I did make a ball in the side pocket. And just as a review, I did make a 7-ball, which is a solid. Now, at this point, I'm not required to shoot solids. In other words, it's still an open table until I make the first call shot. So if I wanted to, I could shoot the 9, but if I like the solids better, that would be fine. But again, I don't establish my group until I make the first call shot. Okay. Want to see another break?
Yes, please.
All right. You want to see the second ball break?
Yes.
All right.
If you don't have a lot of power to begin with, Pete, what would you recommend for the beginners that need to get a break in just to play the game?
Doing exactly what I showed.
Okay.
A little bit longer bridge, a longer backswing, and a
Just
longer
go for the 2-ball and whatever ball is in
The main thing is to keep your body still because you need to hit the balls accurately.
Right.
You'll be surprised if you hit the head ball full on, the balls are going to open up real well as long as you've got a tight grip.
So power is not necessarily...
No, it's not required.
When you broke and they're all over the place.
Yes.
Then you can shoot. Okay. Do you look at the table? Or do you, do some people have it earlier in this right now?
Well, no, it'll wholly be determined by which balls are strategically located in a better way. Like in that particular rack, I looked at the solids was tied up, so I think I would have chosen stripes. Because they were easy. No, there's no advantage in either one. In fact, just go by what looks best as far as a particular situation.
But if it's pretty even,
If it's pretty even, it's kind of a toss-up.
since you put one at one time in, you want to go to that.
Yeah, then you might choose the one you made, because you already got them down. Yeah.
The problem I have with my table is I have no room for a center break.
Oh, okay.
So I have
All right, we're going to talk about the second ball break.
So my practice just has to be from the side.
And trust me, there's a lot of people in league and tournaments that use the second ball break too. And again, you still need a break cue. Although on this particular break, I'm not going to hit it as hard as I hit the last one. Because when you hit the second ball, you'll be surprised. Often a lot of people think you can make balls easier that way. But the reason why I don't use it is because it clusters up the balls. It makes it harder to make a run up. Since I play so much, I try to break and run. But this one, I'm going to hit the 13 as solid as I can. And this time, instead of hitting the center of the cue ball, I'm going to hit a little below center. Because if I hit the center of the cue ball, there's a chance it might scratch. I want the cue ball to come into the rail over here and then back into the balls. So I'm going to hit a little below center, aim directly at the 13 ball, swing down, and put my hand on the rail this time. Now take it nice and long, but I want to hit that 13 as solid as I can. Okay. And on a big table, the second ball break doesn't work as well. As you can see, the balls are still clustered up. That's why when we play, on next week, it might be better to hit the head ball and more straight on. Yeah, go ahead.
If I want to practice hitting the head ball on my table, what about a short stick? Would that make me some room?
Well, actually, that would make it kind of hard because a short stick would inhibit your stroke. In fact, a short stick is used mainly for jumping balls.
I have to use it a lot.
All right. All right, just a little bit more on the break.
And after that, could you hit us with the bridge a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's do one more break, and then we'll do the bridge. Now that particular break that I just did, you noticed it was a mess in the middle of the table. The balls were kind of clustered and all that. Ideally, when you break, you want to make a ball and open the balls up so they're easier to make.
Yeah, but don't miss. Your opponent will wipe the floor up with you.
Yeah, and that depends on who you're playing. Like if you're playing a really good player, maybe it's best to hit a soft break.
Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, I've had people do that to me where they'll just dribble the ball down into 3 or 4 balls.
Yep.
That's no fun.
Well, they actually don't. You're not supposed to do that. If you don't hit 4 balls to the rail,
It's a reroute.
yeah.
You have to have 4 balls hit a rail
Yeah.
out of the break. If not, it's a reroute.
Yeah.
Do bars breaking sticks?
Any house cue on the wall will work. Yes, they do. Yeah, just get a house cue. The reason why you don't want to use your playing cue is that when you break a lot with it, it flattens the tip and makes it so, you'll end up miscuing and it mushrooms the tip out a little bit from all the hard hitting.
Ben says I don't hit the ball hard enough to repeatedly.
Well, that's possible too. That's possible.
I told him he was an asshole.
Got to call it earlier today.
The breaking cues are not that expensive either, that I've noticed online.
No, they aren't. In fact, John Keeler, our cue maker, actually gave this to me. It's a cue that I've used for a couple of years now. But I really like it because the tip is so hard. It's like stone. It never changes. It never mushrooms or anything like that. All right, do you want to do a head ball or a second ball break?
Head ball.
Head ball. Okay, and again, I'll move it just a little off center to either side, about to here. And again, I want to hit it as dead solid, straight on as I can, because I want the cue ball to remain here. So you need to spend some time lining up, then down, a little longer bridge, hitting the cue ball dead center. That was a good break.
That's beautiful.
See how the cue ball just drifted up to center like that. So I'm really happy with the break.
That's a runnable table.
Yeah, look at the spread. The spread is pretty good.
That's a runnable table.
But let's do a little analysis here. I did make a ball on the break, which was a solid. But let's look at the table and let's determine which would be better, the stripes or the solids.
Stripes.
Okay, because look at the solids, there really is no shot, except if I try to cut the flat. And the stripes are all open. Look at these 4 stripes all near the pockets down there, so they're in really good shape. I think the 13 is a little hard, so what I would shoot here would be the 9, and I'd bring the cue ball down here to try to get in between these balls. Yeah, stripes would definitely be better.
What shot would you do for the line?
I would cut the 9 in the side pocket. My tangent line is here, come here, and then come out behind me. Yeah. Well, you want me to kind of go through it?
Yes, please.
All right.
All right, let's see run that table.
Oh,
Run the table. Run the table.
It's very doable on that break.
yeah. This is a pretty good break, and I got some. Probably this shot could be the hardest shot because this is not an easy shot. It's on the rail and it's kind of thin. So I'm going to call the 9 in there, and I should be able to get shape somewhere in this area, going around the 11 ball, or maybe hitting the 11 ball. Not bad, not bad. I'm pretty happy with that. I did hit the 11, but that was a really hard shot. I was a little worried about missing that because I was on the rail and it was a very thin cut.
Okay, here's a question.
Yeah.
When you play a pool like this, and when you have a ball covering the pocket,
Yeah.
leave it and go for the shot that's the hardest for you to make.
It depends, Catherine, it depends on who you're playing. All right? Because if you're playing a not so good player, you don't need to worry about that, blocking the pockets, because you're going to get more shots. So you can be a lot more aggressive. But if you're playing somebody that's really good, frustrate them. Leave balls covering the pockets. Okay?
Yes.
I can see Christy smiling. Do you do
Yeah,
that a
thanks
lot?
for my friends.
Yeah.
I like them.
Catherine's terrible at it. She will drive me crazy. She will not get a shot in for me, anything.
All right.
She just loves it too.
What's my next shot?
I would go for the 13 or the 12.
Maybe the combo.
If you go for the 13, where's the
I can
ball?
see it. Do that.
Well, if I was going to shoot,
Everybody's looking up here. Look over here. You got your 13. That's almost a straight in shot.
That's
Cut
the
it,
13.
put it there,
And then
bring
take the
it
10.
back, and nail those.
I agree wholeheartedly. The 13 is the better shot because I can't make this combination. It's kind of a tied up here.
You can't control the combination
Yeah.
though.
And this way I can shoot the 15 next.
Right.
So literally all I'm going to do is roll this in very gently so I can shoot the 15 next. Just nice and easy, real gentle.
There, now you open up down there. But you can also do here.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
it's going towards
You
you.
got a lot of green between that though, so
I like shooting the 15 next
Because
because
you're back to the 12.
all these other balls are close together and I can pick those off later. But this one would be a nightmare to try to make later. So
Yeah.
I'm going to make it now. And I have a couple of things I could do. I could follow forward and play the 12 there, or I could shoot this and draw back a little bit and make the 10. I guess either way would work.
yeah.
I'd like to see you draw back and make the 10
All right.
because that also leaves the 12 open.
Jan wants to make it hard on me again.
Challenges grow.
You notice I'm getting it significantly below center.
There you go.
Whoa.
So where did you hit that to make it do that?
Okay, I hit it full Q-tip below center and I accelerated the cue through the cue ball. That made it spin backwards, so when it hit the ball, it came backwards like that. All right. Now, you know what? I overdrew it a little bit. I would have much preferred being here, but now I've got to live with this shot. Now, what I'm going to try to do here, my only shot is the 10, but I want to hit the 11 because this combination is too hard. I want to get those kind of separated. So I'll cut the 10 in and roll it nice and easy, and I want to hit the 11 as solid as I can.
Nice.
Okay, what's next?
Green, I can't see the number on it. But that's the best angle
Yeah,
for you.
yeah. Now, the only way I can get shape is on the 12, so I need to hit here and bounce all the way out here towards the rail so I can have a shot on the 12. Okay. Another possibility is I could bank the 12 back there, but bank shots are kind of a last resort, aren't they? All right? So, well, we can talk about banks if you want. But anyway, I just want to roll the ball into here, bounce out to there so I have a shot on the 12.
Keep going.
I didn't hit it hard enough, but I still have a shot. I still have a shot. Now, what I've got to do is I got to play a combination. Since I didn't roll far enough, I'm going to try to hit the 11 into the 12 and make the combination.
Smile, Diane, you're on
Okay, and I got really lucky because my cue ball hit the 8.
Like that.
Now I've got perfect position. All I got to do is make the 11 and then get position for the 8 inside. Okay? You know what? You're right. I should have hit it in the center. Otherwise, I would have been straight in. I put a little left English, and I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have. You're right. Thanks for catching that. Okay. Well, I did because I was afraid the cue ball was going to end up too far on this side. All right. Now, when you're playing 8 ball, you need to call the 8. I don't care how easy it is. You know, at least point to it. Because in league, a lot of times it's loud and things like that. So I get behind the 8, see where I got to hit it. Back here, get everything lined up. My normal 3-shot routine.
Beautiful.
It is.
Yes,
All
yes,
the runs
yes, yes.
in.
All right.
Beautiful.
All right, let's do some bridge work. Let's see, we got one.
It's over here on this side.
This is a good one. Okay. Now, a lot of people feel like they even have bad words to describe this tool. They call it a crutch.
I love it.
And they want to do everything to avoid having to use this. But when you're playing on a big table, even sometimes on a bar table, it comes in really handy. But let's take a typical shot that comes up. I don't care if you're Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you're not going to be able to reach that 4 ball, right? Okay? But it's a generally easy shot. But there's a couple of things you want to do when you use the bridge that are really important. Number 1, the bridge has to be stabilized. Okay? Never hold it up in the air. Because when your arm and shoulder are moving on this side, that's moving also. And it's got to be stable. Okay? So, I'm standing up above the shot. I see my target line. I see exactly where I need to contact before. So I'll push the bridge up there, and I'll use my offhand to actually hold the bridge down with my hand. Now, as far as holding the cue stick, thumb goes underneath and the 2 fingers over the top. And the arm should be about parallel with the bed of the cloth. That way you have a nice smooth stroke. So I'm holding this down, and again, just like normal, I'm going to take my warm-up strokes until I'm certain I'm going to make the ball. And stay down until you hear the ball go in the pocket.
But what if there are balls in your way and you can't lay that?
Gotcha. Gotcha. Good point. Let's do that. Here's what you do when there are balls in the way. Like this is exactly where it was, right?
Yeah.
You just move the cue like that.
Oh.
That's all you do.
Boy, you got the different settings.
And then you can even do it this way.
Got it.
Let's say if it's like this. I can do it like this. See how I did that?
Yes.
Or if they're like that, I can go over like this.
Okay.
As long as that bridge is stable, there's always a place. I can even do it here. So you just keep moving it until you find a stable position for it.
Okay.
Like I think this is where I put it. And when you're using a bridge like this, never use English. Always hit the center of the ball. Because it's a much more awkward stroke, and if you use English, you're going to end up missing it. Good questions. Yeah. Are you all ready to start playing? Yes. All right. 1 game-winning shot, and we'll do that. All right. Last time we did combinations. And if I could get you all to come over here, you'll get to see it better. let's say we're playing 8-ball. And you might remember from last time that if I hit the left side of the 2, it throws the 7 to the right. And if I hit the right side of the 2, it throws the 7 to the right. This is a really interesting shot that brings up a lot. And from this position, to make that 7-ball, I can't really hit the left side of the 2 directly. So what you do on a shot like this will come up in league a lot. Instead of trying to hit the 2 directly, I'm going to go rail first. So watch how the 7 changes direction and throws right in the center of the pocket. Did you see how far it threw?
Yeah.
So that's another shot. And again, combinations like that are going to come up a lot. So what we're going to do with Richie and Brad is when you're playing your matches next week, we're going to raise your hand and we're going to help coach you. All right? And that way we'll make it kind of a learning experience. So next week, when you're playing your matches, and you're going to get everybody in your class, raise your hand if you have any questions and we're going to help you out. Richie and Brad will be here. Richie's got some emergencies to take care of. So go ahead and grab a table and do whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to work on. Okay.
Is that one your winter art? Is that the light one? Okay, anyway. You should show Pete my